Okay,
Start them on time, brother.
let's do this then. All right. Good morning, Rotarians. I'm calling this meeting to order.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I'll now be sharing the screen and leading us through another fun presentation to direct the conversation. So periodically I'll bring it down so we can see each other's faces and have more dialogue. So feel free to speak out as you like, as you would in our in-person meetings. But if you're not using your microphone, be sure to put yourself on mute. Or maybe I'll do it for you at the price of a club fine. All right, so hang tight here. Screen sharing action happening now. Welcome to the Fortuna Sunrise Rotary Club meeting for July 8th, 2020. That's volume 2 of my presidential year. We have an amazing Rotary Club and I am thankful to be a part of it. And at this time, we typically do the flag salute, but since the meeting is virtual, a little American history lesson. Did you know that on this day, during the year 1800, Dr. Benjamin Waterhouse, co-founder and of Harvard University and a professor, gave the first cowpox vaccination in the US to his son to prevent it. Our inspirational message of the week: the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Definitely some difficult times we're in. Let's find the opportunities in those. Four-way test, I will call on Mary Goodell this morning.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And I read it off the screen.
Well done, Mary. Thank you. All right, upcoming news. You received an email with the link to this meeting. It also had a link to a club survey. At 6:15, 6:30 this morning, 7 people had filled that out. Thank you very much. If we could get all of the membership to fill out that survey, it should take about 5 minutes. Just some general overviews of what you like about Rotary, what you think could be improved, and then a couple of things about when we do meet in person again, what's that going to look like. So you could answer those questions and then click submit. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much to those who filled it out. Everybody else, please, I'm encouraging you, fill out that survey. Also coming up soon, July 12th, they have the best night ever online. Transcendence Theater Company. You may have seen those during past district governors Erin Dunn's year at her district conference. Really awesome group. There, let's see. Did I write a little excerpt about them? Yes. So Rotary International District 5130 and 47 Rotary clubs located in the wine country to the Oregon border is partnering with Transcendence Theater Company as their nonprofit partner for their free online performance called Don't Stop Believing. It's on Sunday, July 12th. So it's a free program you can see online, featuring stage performances of theatrical musical numbers, Broadway hits, and classicals from the contemporary Transcendence Theater. And they've done lots of great stuff. So check them out. They're doing it all online, but you can make donations to the company, and 10% of all of the proceeds from it will go to Rotary initiatives. So check it out. If you want to know more information, shoot me a text, give me an email. We have our district governor's visit October 14th. So save the date for that. District conference will be October 24th, and that will be for this year because they postponed it at the Sequoia Center. Okay, my weekly segment that I'll be doing is the Artist of the Week. It will be my theme this year. So each week I'll feature an artist, talk a little bit about their career, show some of their works, And then I'll pick on one Rotarian here to critique one of their pieces. So the artist of the week is Kayla Maheffey. And she does some really, really beautiful illustrative style, just luscious colors that are going on here. She was born in 1994 in the south side of Chicago, Illinois, and as a child and throughout high school really fell in love with the arts, continued on, enrolled into the American Academy of Arts, spent 4 years studying, now works full-time as an illustrator. She's got exhibitions, done stuff at conventions, as well as featured in the art magazine Juxtapose. So I would highly suggest, if you haven't checked out Juxtapose, definitely check it out. Lots of awesome work. Really surreal portrait style. Look at that baby with flapjacks on its head. How cute's that? So she likes to show the journey of her characters through fun and whimsical ways. Even though they may have serious notes of poverty and discrimination many people experience in their lifetimes, the concepts can range from stories of childhood innocence to the true feelings that we hide deep inside our mental state. She wants to make people aware of situations that may go unnoticed and know that they are not alone in their struggles of life, vitality, and mindset. And this morning I will be calling on, who do I want to call on? How about Dawn Watkins? Can you turn your microphone on? I'm going to ask you about this piece. I want you to critique, discuss, interpret, maybe talk about the type of medium for this beautiful piece from Kayla called Detour.
Okay, I'm on my phone, so that's really small. So let me see what I can do for that. Yeah. I'm actually, believe it or not, doing artistic stuff as we speak. See, making things. I don't know if you can see that. Never too early in the day to make art.
Love it.
Let's see. Oh wow. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So I feel like I want to be able to give this chick the artistic critique she deserves, but it's really early because it might be not early to make art, but it's definitely sometimes too early to talk about it. So okay, I love how. Okay, so wow, there's a lot going on in this picture. Okay, so the things I like about it is that, okay, so the big wheel, who does not remember cruising on a big wheel? I did. I had a couple of them. I had like the green one, and then I had another one that I can't remember, probably an orange one, and it was fun to like try and skid it. So I like that she's captured that. And that seems to be, I don't know, that's a really like urban city thing. I don't really know. I haven't seen, might just be a generational thing, but I haven't seen any big wheels really on these streets. So we used to just tear around, and it was always like the thing you could just see how fast you could get around the corner without going out in the street and get hit by a car. So, and she's being chased by pop culture, it looks like. Can't tell if that's a emoji. I feel like I'm old, so I'm gonna think it's Pac-Man, but it's not. It's gotta be an emoji. And I really like all the different textures in this because it looks like it's kind of a unique thing to mix the bold colors with the pastels. And I'm wondering, I would love to know, the exclamation points over her head means that something's going on, and I'm not quite sure what to make of the cherry, but I like the colors.
Awesome.
And it's real small on my phone. I'm sorry, I got nothing else, but that's a pretty vivid scene. I dig that a lot. That's pretty fun.
All right, give Dawn a hand. Well done, Dawn. I'd say overall pretty good. You used some great artistic words like texture. You talked about color, but you also did blatantly self-promote your own art. So $10 fine there.
No, that is no problem.
All right.
Art is worth every penny you pay for it.
Is Freddie Robinson in the house still?
What's going on?
He's exercising.
Hey, let's do a little role playing here, all right? So Fred is a security guard at an art museum, and they get an anonymous tip that you as the security guard need to go and save the Rembrandt painting. The Rembrandt is going to get stolen. Can you guess correctly which one of these three is a Rembrandt? 1, 2, or 3, Fred?
Let's go with 2.
2. No, that is Beliquez. That's a $5 fine there, Fred. Let's see. Who am I going to pick on next? How about Herb Colby? It's not number 2.
Well, how about 1?
1, incorrect as well. $5 fine. That is Philippe de Champagne, a French artist. The correct answer is number 3. That is Belshazzar's Feast. Rembrandt being a Dutch artist, it was painted in 1600 during the Baroque period. I should almost find myself there, but I'm not. All right. Thank you so much for getting in on my shenanigans. Our next little segment here is where I recognize a Rotarian for the awesome stuff that they do. And this week, I'm going to recognize Club Member Penny Fergeau. And I did this awesome little character of her. And let me tell you a little bit about Penny. When I think about Penny, I think of 3 kind of concepts: artist, she's super faithful, and a Jill of all trades. So Penny Fergeau, the artist, she teaches art to the young and old alike. She's passionate. She shares her talent to help people realize their own and have a better understanding of art. She's currently working hard to transform her home into a center of artistic learning and expression. There's a big mural that's painted on her garage. You can see this awesome old vintage car in front of it, as well as producing a YouTube channel teaching artistic skills. There's also like some pictures of her work in here, and you can see some of her students working inside of her artistic or household studio where she teaches art classes. Penny's faithful. She's functioned as a church secretary, all around church fixer, quote unquote. She has a gift for being able to see the big picture and facilitate coming together of various resources to see the ideas and make them complete. She has a role as counselor, and although some people may not see it, a teacher as well. Her speaking skills are excellent, and she can coherently express her ideas and make sense of all things. Her friends say that they're very proud to hear her when she speaks, and she's sensitive and caring to all. She's also in charge of the women's ministry at Hydesville Church and continuously leads women's Bible studies. So I've got a picture of her virtual Bible studies that are going around, faith-based painting that she did, as well as a group of her church fellowship together. And Penny, the Jill of all trades. She's written plays for the holiday season. She's always available when you need set direction or any type of artwork. She does live paintings during the Easter service, and she not only paints, but she's got a talent in woodworking. She's doing tiling, upholstery, restoration of collectible objects that she finds at yard sales. So give it up for our club member, Penny Fergeau, our featured club member of the week. Thank you, Penny, for being awesome.
Wow.
Holy moly. Woo.
Thank you. Very kind of you, Simon.
Oh, you bet. And Penny, for this beautiful character I did of you, I mean, if you went to a fair, that's got to be worth $20,
Right.
I'd say.
You bet. You got it.
All right.
Thank
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Let's bring down the screen share for a moment here. Look at all of our beautiful faces. Is there anybody out there that's got a guilty conscience, a brag, a share, anything that you would like to communicate to the club? Good work you're doing. The longer I pause.
Simon, it's Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, I just want to brag on my youngest son that's retiring on the 16th from Eureka PD.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your youngest son's name?
John Drake Goodale.
John Drake Goodale. That's a great name. How much is that worth to you, Mary?
Oh, I'll pay 10.
$10.
How do I get it to you?
I think they'll bill it is how they're doing it. Correct, Rob?
Oh, okay.
Is it with the bill now?
Yes, we're going to be giving everybody invoices for their fines as we go. I'm not sure how Treasurer Bob Judavine will be sending them out, but maybe quarterly. Maybe that's how he'll do it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Quarterly is perfect.
Oh, he's here.
Oh,
He's
he is here.
He snuck in.
I'm like sneaking. I didn't even...
Well, there's no video, so you could be like, in a bathrobe or something. Oh, no.
Total sneak in.
There he is. The devilishly handsome past president, Bob Judavine. Thank you. Anybody else have something they want to share? No?
Simon, this is Fred. I'll share something.
Oh, Fred, awesome, please.
As soon as I can figure out how to stop what I'm walking on. So I don't know how much I will be active this year, but I wanted to share, Janelle and I just went to Ohio last weekend, and we are now foster parents to a little 2-year-old girl, and with the working toward a long-term goal of adoption.
Oh, amazing. That's
So,
great news,
big
Fred.
changes in our house.
No kidding. Ohio, wow. Well, my mother was born in Ohio. So, what's that worth to you? That raises the stakes. And I got to give it up. The multitasker in effect, not only attending the club meeting, but also getting some sweat time in too.
Well, this is really my only time of day where I don't hear daddy what do, because people are still asleep. So that's kind of my only free moment. I think that it's definitely worth about the entire amount of elevation change in the state of Ohio, which I would say is about 20 feet. So how about $20?
Ooh, awesome. Very good. Thank you, friend. Thank you.
Hey, Simon, I didn't hear what he said. How many bucks?
That was a $20.
Okay, got it.
Putting a dub on that. Okay. Anybody else? Always better to fess up than let me find out about it. So.
Are you scared when at home? That he's going to remember something you did? Me?
I'm taking that as a no. Okay. Well, I think I'll pass it over to our program chair, Aaron Dunn, to introduce this week's program.
So I want to thank Jen for continuing to do programs through the month of July. She had in August, she's had a lot of programs preset, so it was easy to step in. And it's my pleasure this morning to present Janine Murphy. She's the office coordinator for Redwood Coast Village. And she's going to give us a brief overview of Redwood Coast Village, a local nonprofit serving seniors. And the village provides volunteer help to seniors who want to remain living in their homes. So thank you, Janine, for joining us, and it's all yours.
Thanks. I'm looking in my meeting controls for an option to screen share, and I don't see that yet, but I do have a PowerPoint. I can do it with or without the PowerPoint, but there's some nice pictures that I was hoping to share.
Simon, don't you allow her to do the screen share? Bob, do you know the?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm looking right now at the controls.
And I've had the same issue when I'm not the host, that screen share is a little tricky.
I'm just going to make you the host, Janine. How's that sound?
Oh, great.
Boom.
You're the host now. Okay. Now I'm going to still not seeing those controls. But I think if it's okay with you guys, I might leave the meeting and rejoin, and those controls might pop up for me. So if that's okay with you guys, I'm going to do that real quick.
You bet. And I also have your PowerPoint, so I can pull it up if worst case.
Okay. How about we just do it that way?
Okay.
'Cause-
Okay.
Yeah.
2 seconds to set it up. Or wait, did you?
Oh, you might not. I'm sorry, you guys. We're all getting so, we're all having to learn so many new skills these days. But if I go to,
I can request access to it real quick.
And okay, I found my share screen. I just had to change my view here. Okay. Apologize for that. And share. And alrighty, are we able to, is everybody able to see that? Great.
Yes.
All right. So, there's some things around here. And from beginning. All right. Okay. Slideshow from current slide. Okay, here we go. So Redwood Coast Village, as many folks might already know, or maybe not, is a senior organization whose mission is to help people 50 and over stay active, socially connected, and living independently. And the village, it can be a confusing title. It's not a physical location or any type of assisted living facility. It's actually the opposite. It's a membership organization for seniors who specifically want to stay living in their own homes as they age. It's part of a grassroots national movement. There's over 250 villages now across the United States, with 60 of those based in California, and a lot of those based in the Bay Area. So we were formed after a series of public meetings here locally. We got up and running in 2017. So we are a very new organization based on the idea that everybody in the community has strengths and skills they can share with each other. And so we coordinate volunteer help for our members. So with a phone call to our office, our members can access all types of services provided by volunteers. So we reach a lot of different areas within Humboldt, from Trinidad and Big Lagoon all the way to Eureka, and everywhere in between. And a lot of our members who are 50 and older are also volunteers. So they may be receiving services, but also giving services. So they, they may help drive other members to appointments or shopping. And then another member may help them with tech support or learning to set up a new computer. So the village is also supported by a lot of volunteers from the community. And these are folks that can be of any age. And really it's our goal to help build like an intergenerational community where people of all ages support our elders. And for the safety of our members and volunteers, everyone does have a background check and an orientation and is considered a vetted volunteer with the organization. So as of right now, we have 125 members and over 100 volunteers. And again, there's some overlap there because many of those 125 members are also counted as volunteers. But non-members who are just doing this out of the kindness of their heart, there's about 60 to 80 of those. So our volunteers are 18 and up, and we're always in need of more. If you know anybody or would like to volunteer with our organization, it's it's a pretty nice organization to volunteer for in that we totally accommodate everybody's schedule, and you can volunteer as much or as little as you would like, you know. So that's my plug for new volunteers. And so during this current health crisis, people are continuing to volunteer with us. We've recruited new volunteers, younger volunteers who have shopped and delivered groceries, provided rides to essential medical appointments. And we have a group of volunteers who's regularly called and checked in on all of our members who are sheltering in place. Beginning a couple weeks ago, we got clearance from the county to now offer our full scope of services while practicing all the recommended safety measures of wearing masks and sanitizing and being really careful, as we are serving, you know, the most vulnerable population during this pandemic. So some of the services that we offer include volunteer drivers, handy person services, people who are able to do light fix-it jobs that don't require a paid contractor or handyman. We do help with household chores and yard work, tech support with computers and phones and home technology, home visits and pet care. And we also refer to the other agencies and businesses that serve seniors when someone has, you know, an issue of maybe food security and needs like some support from the food bank or from one of our local senior resource center food programs. So we're really connected in with the other senior organizations. We're housed in the Area 1 Agency on Aging. And so we actually began as a program of the Agency on Aging and branched off to form our own nonprofit in 2018. So we're all part of a big network for seniors. And here's some of our real life members and volunteers. So this is Irene and Charlene, who are neighbors and also volunteer and member. And we have some folks who do great yard work for us, which is a never-ending chore. And we do assistance with everyday tasks like stacking firewood for folks, household chores like taking trash cans in and out from the curb, or helping somebody organize their cupboards, taking care of awesome pets, support with home technology. This is Miriam, who actually has a small business called Boomer Tech, which is basically set up to help seniors learn how to use technology and emails, accounts, and set up, you know, all of their online accounts. So she's a great resource for us. And then we're also supported beyond 2 staff. So we have 2 part-time staff. The rest of the organization is all volunteer run. So all organizational volunteers, you know, would include our supplemental office support, our committees, our outreach committee that's, you know, working towards expanding our membership and our volunteers. And then our board, which is also all volunteer run. So we've even made friendly visits with bouquets of flowers. We have a member, or excuse me, a volunteer who just likes to make bouquets and drop them off at people's houses. So it's a really broad spectrum of things that people can do for each other. And it's kind of based like, what does a volunteer want to do? And often there's a need for that. And it's, again, kind of based on the concept that we're all going to age and we're all going to, at some time in our life, need some help from others. And we're community, and volunteers are paying it forward for the future so that RCV can exist when they are an elder. And also, we can offer support for families and individuals and caregivers with the things that like are non-medical related, you know, so somebody who's caring for somebody who might be ill and needs help. These are the kinds of things that we can kind of take off of their to-do list for them. So 25% of Humboldt County's population is now over the age of 60. And like I mentioned earlier, many people want to continue living in their own homes as they age instead of having to move into an assisted living facility or, you know, some other type of situation that may not be ideal. And some of those reasons are that it's really expensive to move. People who've lived in this community love this area, love their neighbors, and want to remain independent. So our membership fees are $35 a month for an individual, which ends up being about $420 a year, and $52.50 for a couple household, and that's $630 a year annually. And those fees just go to support our budget, and that includes the 2 part-time staff, myself and our bookkeeper and office assistant, all of the necessary things that are needed to run a nonprofit organization. And then the rest of our budget is made up with donations and grants. So we're continually applying for new grants and continually seeking out community donations. And we are really supported by donations too. So that's a really positive thing, is that people feel like it's a worthy organization to donate to. So the Trillium Fund is a program that's been in existence pretty much since the beginning of the village, where scholarships are available for our low-income members. So even though $35 a month is pretty much as low as we can make those fees, with still bringing in enough income to stay afloat as an organization, we understand that this is a county with a lot of low-income residents, and we waive those membership fees for people who meet that criteria, and that's all thanks to grants and donations. But in comparison to hiring help for all of the above mentioned volunteer services, it is very expensive, and it can be anywhere from $12, which would be very, very cheap, to $29 an hour to hire somebody to come in and clean your house or stack your firewood, or take, if you need a taxi to take you to your appointments because you can't make the bus schedules. So we really try to be an economical way for people to continue their independence. And the fees and the costs of assisted living can range anywhere from $1,300 to $6,000 per month, and skilled nursing, $10,000, which is insane, but it's what happens sometimes. So I'd like to meet some of our members. This is Margaret Applegate at 21, and this is Margaret Applegate at 83. She is a member. She walks for an hour every day, trains her dog, and this is her with her beautiful daughters. This is actually one of our volunteers, Jan Rowan. She's one of my neighbors, and she is full of energy, as you can see, and swam Alcatraz a few years ago. This is Audrey Sandberg. She was born in 1918, and she is one of our oldest members at 101, soon to be 102. And she, up until the shelter in place, was going out once a week to get her hair done. So we would take her to her hair appointments. And you can see she's just a lovely lady. And this is Jan, probably taking her to the hair salon. So there's lots of ways people can support us. And one of the main ways is just to help spread the word about the village. We want to continue growing, gaining new members and volunteers so that, we are financially sound and supported that way. You're always welcome to join as a member or a volunteer. A lot of people will join as a member even if they don't need the services, but want to support the organization through the membership, just like supporting any type of membership organization. You could buy a membership for a friend or a family member who might be in need of something like this, or help with the most requested service, which is driving. And that is our #1 request, I think, because we're in such a spread out area, and people, you know, who live in McKinleyville and may no longer drive still need to maybe attend appointments in Eureka for shopping and for medical appointments. So that is a #1 request that we get. And then donations are always appreciated. We're just about to put out our next donor drive letter to be mailed to the community in hopes that we'll get a little flood of donations. And again, the village is really based on the idea that neighbors help neighbors. It's an old idea with a new twist, being that, you know, society has maybe moved to become a little bit more insular, but we're trying to combat that and create a community where people feel comfortable getting to know their neighbors and helping each other. And it really expands everybody's world. And the social element of it is that, you know, people who may be socially isolated, especially now, are having somebody come over and check in on them and do something with them. So it's vital to our mental health to be connected. So thank you for listening to that, and I appreciate the opportunity. Any questions? I'm happy to take.
Thank you so much, Janine, for speaking this morning.
Mhm.
Anybody, any follow-up questions for Janine? Redwood Coast Village?
Hi, Janine. This is Don Jewett. Have you expanded into Fortuna, your little slide here?
No, we haven't been able to successfully expand to Fortuna yet. And we did about 2 years ago kind of make an effort to host office hours down there and orientations and such. And the timing I don't think was right for Fortuna, but we do hope to in the future. And with the building of that new senior center and the opening of that, I think the time could be coming sooner than later.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, Janine, have you guys had communications with the Fortuna Senior Services as a potential opportunity to enter into the Fortuna market?
Not recently.
Okay,
So
you're familiar with them though.
that would be the Fortuna Senior Services.
Fortuna Senior Center is
Senior
out
Center.
in the McLean Foundation building, and they're a membership organization for seniors as well. And there might be an opportunity for you guys to connect.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Hi, Janine. Thank you, Heck, for bringing that up. I was going to say, this is Dawn. And at the time when you guys, Redwood Village came to talk at the MGC, I was the executive director of that organization at the time. And I just would really encourage you to reach back out to the Fortuna Senior Center, because at the time, I think you guys got some pretty solid pushback from them, from that group. But I think now might be a better time to go back. So I would really encourage you to do that. And I know that there's a will for it. Just people in Fortuna are somewhat resistant to new ideas sometimes, but I think now would probably be a really good idea for you to come back down.
Awesome. Thank you.
Spoken by a woman at Ferndale.
Ferndale?
Yeah.
So Ferndale, we haven't expanded into Ferndale either.
Janine, I was teasing Dawn because she lives
I was like, no, I can't. I wouldn't speak for this. No, let's just move on. Thanks for all your work. I'm going to mute myself now.
Anybody else want to join in on the dialogue this morning? Right. Janine, thank you again for speaking with us, getting up early, and talking with the club. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it too. And I will take those suggestions to our board at tomorrow's meeting. All right. Have a great day, everyone.
You as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Janine, can you, by chance, stop the screen share on your end?
Yep. I'm gonna leave the meeting.
Okay, awesome.
And
Perfect.
I'm gonna assign you as the.
Boom. There we go. All right. Thank you again, Janine. You're still here.
Janine.
Have a marvelous day. All right. So let's see. Is Bob still here, or did he?
I'm here.
Bob Judavine. Hey, I've got to get the drawing balls from you.
Yes, you do.
So how can we make that happen? I think how about incentivizing you meet up with me every week that I don't have it, $5 fine to you.
To me?
Yeah, of course.
So
Last
Simon,
Look, I'll sell the thing to you for $10.
I'm the president. I'm immune to fines, buddy.
I'm just selling. This is commerce.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll get it to you.
Do what you will. It could be $5 every week.
All right.
Thank-
I'll leave it on your doorstep or something.
That sounds great. You know
Hey,
where I live.
Simon,
Yes, please.
this is Mary, and I would like to recognize Dawn and Cherry Jewett for their anniversary on the 12th.
Congratulations. How many
Yeah,
years?
Mary, thank you very much for reminding me of that. I really appreciate that heads up.
How many years are you celebrating, Dawn?
I don't know. It feels like 30, but I'm sure it's less.
Oh, good call, Don. Way to go.
Boy,
Saying 5 of the
this
best
is
years.
not
of your
really
life.
a very secure group.
Remember, this is being recorded.
Yeah, she really liked the meeting last week, Dawn. What do you?
Yeah.
Sabotage yourself?
Yeah, neither she or I are very good about remembering the anniversary for some reason, but yeah, we're always uncertain. What day is it? What day did we get married? I don't know. $5 to the foundation.
Love it. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. All right. Anybody have anything else for the good of Rotary or the world in general or our local community? Scott Downey, you raising your hand there or just kind of contemplating?
Oh, I'm just exercising.
Okay. Now,
Mr. Robinson has got me inspired.
all right. Well, I guess I'm going to call this meeting to a close. Thank you for joining us today for Fortuna Sunrise Rotary. Everybody have a marvelous day.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you.
And fill out your surveys.
Fill out your survey.
There you go.